Hi everyone, this is the video for week 12. So recapping real quick from week 10, we talked about level 3 evaluations. So we looked at how level 3 evaluations are examining the transfer of the learning to the workplace. How well did that transfer? Are people using what they learned on from the classroom? Are they using it back on their job? Are they being able to apply that information and make use of it? And is that going to then I should say, we'll then use that information to, in future levels of evaluation, to determine if that transfer and if that training had an impact on what it was supposed to influence on why they went to the training. So this is a good step towards that, of being able to see if it actually made a difference. So this step of level 3 evaluation is to see if they were actually able to use what they learned and if it's applicable to their job. So thank you for your participation in the discussions, and you had the chance to do an optional bonus assignment, and I'll get those graded probably this week, which is during spring break, and hopefully you are able to enjoy your spring break and take a break or work ahead or do what you need to. So now looking at week 12, we are talking about analyzing and interpreting data, specifically quantitative data. So we typically have two types of information that we get. Quantitative refers to the numbers, and qualitative is referring to words. So for example, quantitative could be numbers of people or averages or the range of something. They're numbers that you can quantify. Qualitative data refers to words such as what people say in surveys, not just their response, like choosing a particular response, but what they say in like a short answer or a paragraph. What do they say? Or in an interview, what did people say about that? And then you analyze that. So this week we're looking at quantitative data. And in week 13, which I'll open up soon, we'll be looking at qualitative data. So taking a look at the framework for this week, you'll need to watch some videos. There are a bunch of them. So they're in a separate space back on the main Moodle pages. You can see the link over here on the left, that there's a page on videos for this week. So there are a whole bunch of videos there. Some will be useful for you depending on how efficient you are in conducting statistical analyses and how proficient you are in using Excel. You may or may not need all of them, but there are a lot there. Watch the required ones for sure. Watch the optional ones if you need them, or if you need a review of how to use Excel and do these things in Excel. So those videos will be a good resource. So you want to start on them early in the week so that you can have time to do them all, because it'll just take time. They're not hard, it'll just take you time to get through them. And then also read these handouts about statistics. Then there is one required assignment. It's just worth 3 points. It's not a very big assignment. There are 5 questions that you need to answer. So I'll open that assignment up real quick to just take a quick look at it. So over here on the left is your data that you'll use. So this is looking at the test scores that people got and looking at TV hours that they watched per week. And so this is the data that you'll be using. Then if you scroll down here on the left, you get to fill in the statistical information, such as what is the mean of the test scores? What is the average? What are the average hours watched per week? What is the median and the mode for each of those things? So use these cells here to fill in this information. What is the minimum test score? What's the maximum test score? And what's the standard deviation for the hours of TV watched per week? So use this, fill this in. This will help you be able to answer these questions, which is the assignment part that I will grade. So put your name in and answer these 5 questions using the information you got over here from the left. And then optionally, you can fill in this information about correlation and answer this question number 6 for 1 bonus point. So you don't have to do that one. That one's optional, but you are required to do these 5 questions here. That is graded and it is required for your grade. Okay, I just want to make that clear because there's this required assignment, and then you need to participate in the discussion forum like always, but then you also have the opportunity to do 2 bonus assignments. So these assignments here are optional. This assignment up here that says required is required. So I hope that's clear. And if you have questions on that, let me know, because I don't want you to be confused on what you need to do. So the optional bonus assignments very much follow the same format that this first one does. So once you do the first one, feel free to do the second one, or this first bonus assignment and the second bonus assignment. You do have to do them in order. So you can't do this first bonus assignment until you've done your required assignment, and you can't do the second bonus assignment until you've done both of these previous assignments. So make sure that you do them in order, and then I'll grade them and put in your bonus points for those things. So let me know if you have questions on the assignment. You'll notice that I did not provide a forum for you to share your assignments with each other this week, just because of the nature of the assignment. I didn't feel like that was really necessary, but if you do have specific questions on it, don't share your whole assignment with the class, but you can ask your specific question of, hey, I don't remember how to, or I can't figure out how to find the mean. How do I do that? And ask, just post it in the Malt Shop, maybe at the top of the discussion or of the Moodle page. That discussion forum is for everybody to look at, and you can post whatever questions you need. And you can say, hey, I need some help with this. Or in the Ask Alicia, and you can ask me, or have a peer can respond there, or even just in the discussion for week 12, you can put a little reply that says, I just have a quick question on this. Does somebody have an idea of how to do this? So feel free to ask questions if you need to, but I didn't put a spot for you to share your whole assignment this week. And then the forum discussion questions are here. What are your questions and insights and thoughts about statistics? How can you use them? How do you feel about statistics? Because, and I ask those things because people kind of fall on a spectrum of how they feel about statistics. You have people who really hate statistics and math and don't want to have anything to do with it. And then on the other side, you have people who really love statistics and think it's the best thing ever. And then there's this whole spectrum in the middle of people who find it useful, but they don't really like it, or they do like it, but they don't use it a lot. So kind of consider where you fall at the beginning of this week, and then look again at where you fall at the end of the week, and if your perspective on statistics has changed a little bit by then. You'll see as we go through this week's materials that this is just a very brief introduction to statistics. This is like the tip of the iceberg, or I've heard Robin describe it before as not just the tip of the iceberg, but like the little shack that's sitting at the top of the iceberg. This is just the beginning of statistics. And you could do a lot more with statistics if you wanted to, and there are certainly lots of classes about statistics or resources online, but this will just give you a basic introduction. And the reason why it's important to look at statistics is because if you're going to do an evaluation and gather data, you have to do something with the data. What are you going to do with it? If you're just filing it away in the drawer, it doesn't do you any good. Getting those survey reactions from the class, it doesn't do you any good if you don't do anything with the information. Or if you're doing a level 3 evaluation and seeing how people apply things on the job, it doesn't do you any good if you don't actually use the information. So using statistics to conduct an analysis is really critical, because you have to do something with the information. If you're not going to use it, then why collect it? So that's why we're talking about statistics, giving you a really brief introduction. So if we look at the videos that are here for this week, Robin, I think, does a really good job of laying them out in an order that's understandable. If you need to watch a video twice, feel free. Watch it 2 or 3 times so that you can get what it's saying before moving on to the next one. So she goes through just basic introduction to statistics, looking at variables in statistics and how we use numbers, talking about frequency, how to measure central tendency and see how your information is distributed. So again, if you're really proficient in statistics, this will be just a review, but if you've never done statistics before, this is a pretty straightforward, easy to follow way of doing it. Let me know if you have questions. I'm here to help you. I think though that if you watch the videos, that will really help you in getting where you need to go. But let me know too if you need help with the assignment, or ask your peers, because they're a good resource as well. So if you go back to the main page, looking at week 12, do the videos, all the videos for this week, and then the discussion, you need to do your regular 2 posts. I am rearranging the discussion groups during spring break, and so there's not a discussion posted as of right now, but I'll post the questions there as soon as I get the groups rearranged, just because I don't want to cause problems with you posting a question and then having the group moved and losing your response. Then let's make sure you submit your quantitative statistics assignment by Sunday at midnight. And so you have your 2 check boxes here, because these are the required and graded assignments for the week. And then if you're doing the bonus assignments, The links for submitting those are here. So for this assignment, you'll just submit that document, that file that I showed you. You fill it in, answer your questions, save it, and then just upload this file for your assignment submission. Okay. And then I'll work on getting these next weeks open so that you can keep working ahead. And it's hard to believe that we're already in week 12. This semester is going fast and we just have a few weeks left until the end. Let me know if you have any questions and if there's anything I can do to help you. I'm here to help, and I want to be able to help you understand the materials and see how it applies to you. So let me know if I can be of use to you, and if you'd like to meet or talk with me, I am all ears, and just send me an email. If you need anything, do that. Otherwise, I will see you online.